Welcome back to part 2 of my Google Classroom video tutorial series. For this video, I will be showing you how to create a form wherein you add videos and image as responses. The first thing to do would be to go into your form, access your form, and next step is to start a new form. And here we are at a new form. Let me add a title to this. Grade 9 AutoCAD. Grade 9 AutoCAD. I could add a image at the top of this by clicking on this icon to customize. Click there. I could click here, click this image. I could choose an image from here, or I could upload an image. So I will be uploading an image from the pictures that I have on my laptop. Click Browse. From Browse, I'll go through, choose an image. Let's say this one. Now I'm going to align this image how I want it to be on the banner. Then click Done. That is now there. It's now time for me to create my first item, my first question. And for this, I wish to use a video for demonstration purposes here. So I click here first, then let me close this. I could choose an image. I could choose an image for this, or I could choose a video. For this, I want a video, so I will be clicking here for that. It will then direct me to YouTube. And for this, I will be choosing a video from my channel. From here, I type the title of the video that I want. This one is how to use modify commands. How to use modify commands in AutoCAD by Christoph Fraser. Then I search for it, and you can see some videos pop up here. I will then click onto the one that I want, and it will give me the option to select. So I click on this video to select. And this video is now entered into the question. I can then write something here. Could say, watch the following video. Watch the following video and answer answer the following questions. All right, capital letter. All right, I could then add another section here, and for this I want this to be multiple choice. And relative to the video, by the way, to see the video you would need to go to preview. Go in preview, the video is here, so I can play the video. Very important. So this is basically what they would see. Enter. And what you notice is that the command bar. So I pause that. So this is basically class notes that I recorded. So I now upload it here, and they are required to answer questions from that. All right. So I'm going back now to, I need to click this for edit, and this will take me back to the form. so I can type in my question here. How to construct or draw a line at that. All right, so you would pose a question, and then you'd give them the answer. Answer would have been there. It's important to note that for your answers, you could insert pictures for the answers. You could click here, click on this image, add image here, and you could choose whatever you want your responses to be. So choose some icons. Choose some icons here. I will choose this one. That is upload. So that is one. Could go down here also, and I could choose another icon. Browse. And those two icons are uploaded. I could even add something up here. I could add some text or something like ISO draft, ISODRAFT, you know, and dynamic input, DYNAMIC INPUT, dynamic input, you know, and so that's how that part works. Now, if I want to make this question compulsory, I need to click this. I want them to answer all the questions. Also, if I want the responses to be shuffled, I must click here. There are two types of shuffle. There are shuffle where you shuffle all the questions in a section. And it's important to note that shuffle, once there's a section, is only the question in a particular section. Questions are shuffled based on section. All right. And in a very little while, I'll be showing you how to add section. So I click shuffle here, shuffle option order. And what that does, that changes the sequence of the questions. All right. That is that. That part is done. I could, so this is multiple choice. I could add another question here. And for this question, I would like them to draw. Again, I can add an image here. I want to change this to a short answer type question. Yeah. And this, what is a bisector? What is a bisector? What's the bisector? Again, make this compulsory. Yeah. And so they pretty much would fill in their response here in the space provided. I could also add an image to this if I want. Yeah. Let's add one more question. This one now is a file upload. All right. So for this, I want a file upload. And file upload is somewhat different from the other questions. With file upload, you will need to set up some conditions. One, with file upload, they can draw or write in their book, then take picture of it and upload to the platform. All right. So for this, we need to set some parameters here. Here is very important. So I'm gonna click on this to change some conditions. I want PDF, I want drawing and images. Now, here I'm gonna determine what size, how many pictures the student can upload for this answer. Let it be 5, right? Also, I need to determine what is the size, the maximum size for that particular child. In this case, I want the maximum size to be 100 millimeters. I then come down here and change the maximum, change the file capacity. I want this folder to be able to accommodate the maximum it can accommodate. All right. From here, I could also, if I click this, this is the section here. If I click this, it will allow the child to respond only once. Once he has submitted the work, he will not be able to, he won't be given access to submit or upload a second copy. All right. Edit after submission. Once this and that doesn't work together. Yeah. So once this is engaged, um, this would not be effective. Yeah. Next, I'm going to save this. All right. So we have looked at that. We have looked at, all right. Let's look at true and false. All right. For true and false, I would go here, choose match checkbox, choose checkbox, and for this checkbox I would choose, I want two options. I want one for true, one for TRUE, and one for false, FALSE, false. All right. I would probably then type a question inside here. Again, for this, I could add a picture. You know, I could add a picture here. Uh, bisector or an angle is the point where two lines meet. All right. So is this true or is this false? No. For me to, you will realize that I am not able to enter a point value for this. Why? Because I didn't set this form as a quiz. So I will need to set this form as a quiz if I want to be able to see it to add point value. All right. So for that, I go up to here. I go up to here on the setting, and I must click this, collect email, go across presentation. You can share, you can shuffle the order of the questions. Yes, there are two types of shuffling. You have shuffle, where shuffle the order of the questions, like question number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you also have an additional shuffling where you shuffle the sequence of the multiple choice items. All right. So this shuffling here, well, let me shuffle that also, even though that's not really critical here. The next one here is quiz. We must click this. If this is not clicked, it will not give us the option we will not make it into a quiz. It will just be a survey or something. Next thing here is important. Immediate release grades immediately after each submission, or later after manual review. Once you have any subjective type items in this form, you must click later after manual review. What will happen if you click the first one is that they will see an immediate total. They'll get a very low grade, and the subjective type questions will be marked as wrong. Yeah. So it's important for you to click this one if the question has different sections. All right, so these, see missing question, correct responses, etc. So this is if you want the student to see the correct answer, especially for multiple choice. And this is useful when you're trying to impart knowledge using multiple choice. Yeah, where you want them to know the correct response. So we'll click this. Here they can see missing questions. So you might determine if you want them to see the correct response or not for that part. Next, we click save. And now we should be able to add our point value. So once you click onto this, you will see this pop up. And from here, we can add our point value up here. Then done. All right. Click there and done. Move on to other question. So we looked at this for our true and false. Yeah, so we're gonna choose, click here to choose which which is the correct response. So we choose this as true, then we click done. All right, so this is marked as the correct response. Yeah, pretty much that. All right, so we can also import questions. We can import questions from another quiz. So to import questions from another quiz, we click here, and this will take us to some forms. Yeah, so I click onto this form, and it will allow me to select which form I want. I want this form. Yeah, well, so I can select which, I could select all the questions, or I could select specific questions. All right. Okay, so from here we could choose which questions we want. We could select all to import all these questions into our quiz, or we could choose which question we want in our quiz. All right. So I could click on this question, this, that. Let's say those three, and click import questions. Yes. And those questions, see, are imported into the quiz, just like that. Yeah, just like that. Now, how do we go about, let's say we could add section to this quiz also. I would recommend that you add a section. I guess most person would know what to do with the cover part, but something I recommend is that when we enter our access code, we add a section immediately after that. What that does, that allows the shuffling to not affect that the sequencing. So let the first question be my access code, ACCESSCODE, access code. And for this, I click down here, click here, and I go to response validation. I go across here, and I select regular expression. Then I click here, select matches. Then I choose a pattern. Let's say KC, well, let's say demo, 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 and I enter an error for this, PLEA. Please enter correct code. All right. And it's important that we change this to 0. All right, that must be 0 value. Very important. And our access code is generated there. All right. Now, what I would strongly recommend that you do is to add a section break right here. Add a section break here. Yeah. All right. So we go here, add a section here. Yeah. And what that does, this prevents the access code from shifting. All right. And for this, I would delete all of this and place a dot, because you must enter something right there. So I'll place a dot right there, a single dot, and that's it. Dot and no description. Yeah, and that is that. All right. So that's how you get this to be at the top. You could also add additional things here. You could add another one. Well, copy this. Could copy this. Copy once. Copy twice. And use these as all right, I'll bring that to the top when I'm done. And all right, access code, yeah. All right, change this. So I would probably not copy this because the other features will be copied as well. So now that I've entered or I've created a break here, it will prompt me to go to the next section. So I will click here and continue to the next section. Yeah. And from here, I'm going to add another question here. All right. And this question can be here, what is your name? What is your name? And point value should be 0, 0. And that is done. So you would add your name, date, grade, and of course, make this a required field. Name, grade, etc. Now, how do we add collaborator to this quiz? All right. And how do we copy? Yeah, to copy this form, well, first I would to add collaborator to this form, I would click on these three icons here, 3 buttons here, then go down to add collaborators. Then I would enter the name of the person that I want to add to this group. I could be any of these persons. I'll then click onto those persons, click onto say, and then I would send, and the person would get that, all right? That's how we do that, all right? How do we copy? Once you have done that, the next step is to copy. Is to create a copy for each class. So say I have four grade 9 classes. I would click make a copy. Yeah, I would click OK. That's one. It will then ask me to restore. I would accept that. And I would go back up here and continue to create another copy. Yeah, then do the same thing. Then restore. Yes. All right. So that's pretty much that for that. Now, how do I go about and renaming this form? All right. So we can do that from the. I could delete these. I could delete these now. I could go to the folder and delete these.